Welcome to a new and fresh edition of Kaduna Electric Watch. I'm Faisal Babadia. As usual, we shall bring you the latest development in the Nigerian electricity supply industry, the operations of Kaduna Electric, some strides taken by our company to further improve service delivery, and many more. But before then, here is the news by Jamila Bala, compliment of the season.
Here is the news. The chairman of Kaduna Electric Board of Directors, Yusuf Hamis Abubakar, has said the company is focused on improving service delivery to its customers in this new year 2021. He stated this in his New Year message to staff of the company and other stakeholders in the power sector. In the message, the chairman thanked staff for their sacrifice and resilience during the past year, saying year 2020 was indeed full of challenges, not only for the company, but for businesses and the global community. Meanwhile, a Kaduna-based Islamic scholar, Ustaz Harun Musa, has called on Muslims to desist from breaking any rule or term of their contract with electricity distribution companies to gain unfair advantage, describing such act as breach of amanat in Islam. He made the admonition in Kaduna while delivering a lecture on the position of Islam on energy theft, asserted that any deceitful, dishonest or fraudulent act, such as illegal connection of electricity, meter bypass or tampering, that gives unfair or undeserved advantage to a person is contrary to the dictates of Islam. In another development, the management of Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company has concluded plan to train 2,000 youth through third-party vendors on meter installation and other technical services. The Managing Director, CEO of the company, Engineer Garba Haruna, stated this in Birnin Kebbi at the official flag of the National Mass Metering Program in the state. He disclosed the electricity distribution company shall work with the accredited meter asset providers of the company to empower youth in their franchise with skills on meter installation and basic technical skills on house wiring, installation of electricity equipment. Thank you.
Days ago, a 7-man syndicate who specializes in stealing and cloning energy meters were arrested in Kaduna by Special Investigation and Prosecution Task Force on Electricity Offenses, (SIPTO). In a special report, Jamila Bala kept steps with these developments.
Indeed, the technological advancement of the modern world has brought about significant positive changes to human lives. It has broadened the thinking faculty of young men and women, just as it has deepened their creative and innovative capacity. Many young men today are doing what is unthinkable in years past. However, not all these young minds are positive in their creative dispositions. Some have joined the army of the underworld, using their God-given innovative talent to perpetrate one form of criminal activity or the other. Recently, the Special Investigation and Prosecution Task Force on Electricity Offenses, (SIPTO), working with the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company, apprehend 7 middle-aged men who specializes in stealing and cloning electricity meters in Kaduna. The syndicate was busted when a team from the corporate intelligence units of the company discovered a suspicious transaction where a block of 11 flats have the same meter number. Consequently, a formal report was submitted to the SIPTO for necessary investigation. The team leader of SIPTO, Assistant Superintendent of Police Aliu Bamali, explained further.
This meter has a number And this particular meter with this number is what they use to clone 6 of these meters. You can see this meter doesn't have a number. As the head of operations says, the nameplate is removed. So all these meters, 6 of these meters are carrying the same information of this meter. So automatically, if the customer goes to Kaduna Electric to vend, Kaduna Electric will only see this meter, the meter name and the meter information, while all these meters will have the same information. So that is the cloning, and it is done by Mr. Alex Zamani. So the same thing here. Okay, this for this, then the same thing here. So 2 meters here were cloned into 11 places. 13 places. These meters were sourced by Mr. Gambo, who went to wherever he went and removed them from where Kaduna Electric installed them. In fact, very surprisingly, including his own meter. He removed including his own meter and sold it to Mr. Monday. After Mr. Monday bought the meters, now he took it to Ilya. Ilya now took it to Alex. Alex cloned the meters.
The activities of this criminal syndicate is not only causing the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company colossal loss in revenue, but also shortchanging the good customers of the company and depriving them of the qualitative services they rightly deserve. The Chief Marketing and Revenue Assurance Officer of Kaduna Electric, Alhaji Abubakar Jimeta, put the issue in proper perspective.
What we've witnessed here today, like you've all seen, is a syndicate of criminals coming up with something entirely new that I would say we've probably not seen within the electricity industry apart from this time around, and that is cloning of meters. This people, what they do is that they clone one meter into several other meters, in tens of them, they clone them, meaning that if one customer vends is equivalent to the 10 or more of them that are vended. It's actually very detrimental because what it means is that we're losing. It has the capability of this particular kind of criminality for the company to lose hundreds of millions of naira on a monthly basis. Hundreds of millions of naira. We'll not be able to give you an exact figure right now because we're still investigating to know the extent of the damage this has caused. What if I would use the data on my system right now, and whereby I'm having almost 100,000 meters not vending in a month, then it means I'm losing almost 900 to almost 1 billion naira in a month. And that is the extent of such criminality and the impact. And what I'm also trying to say is it's not only impacting Kaduna Electric, it's sabotaged Kaduna Electric, it's sabotaged the federal government. It's also impacting on our customers, our esteemed customers. Calling on our customers to also be vigilant because this also impacts them. If they see anything or suspect anything, please they should report to the nearest Kaduna Electric office, and we ensure that we act on it. And all we want to ensure our customers is quality service and ensure that they pay for just what they have consumed, not for what other criminal elements have consumed and not paid for.
Indeed, the busting of this criminal gang of electricity meter thieves and subsequent arrest of some of the members shall send a strong signal to other perpetrators of electricity offences that the management of Kaduna Electric is now determined more than ever before to deal decisively with the menace of energy theft, vandalism of power supply infrastructure, electricity meter theft and other related offences. Jamila Bala reporting.
In the company's determination to root out energy theft in our operational area, a joint operation task force teams of Kaduna Electric Enforcement Unit and members of Special Investigation and Prosecution Task Force on Electricity Offenses, SIPTIO, was inaugurated. These teams are to turn heat on perpetrators of energy theft. In an interview with Kaduna Electric Watch, the head of the enforcement unit, Engineer Isa Ahmed, threw light on the operation of the joint operation teams. Have a wonderful viewing experience. Welcome to the interview segment of Kaduna Electric Watch. With us in the studio is Engineer Isa Ahmed, Head Enforcement Unit, Kaduna Electric. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to have me around.
Sir, actually, recently the joint operation teams of Kaduna Electric staff and SIPTIO members was inaugurated yesterday. What is the mandate of these joint operation teams, and what do we hope to achieve through their activities?
First of all, I would like to appreciate on behalf of my company, that's Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company, to appreciate the effort of Attorney General and Honorable Minister of Justice and equally Inspector General of Police for giving us the support with police and judges to create this SIPTIO special investigation for the prosecution of electricity theft offenses. Like you said, the joint operation between our teams and SIPTIO members was launched yesterday, and the mandate is the two teams will be inspecting customers' metering installation, all categories of customers' installation. Those customers with high demand, medium demand, PPM meters, non-PPM meters. Their metering installation will be inspected by these joint teams to ascertain the status of those meters. In the event of any of the meters is found to have been compromised by anybody, be it the customer or the customer with the connivance of our staff, proper documentation and evidences will be captured, and SIPTIO or the police will definitely effect arrest immediately. So that's the mandate.
So is there any plan to constitute similar joint operation team in other franchise states like Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kebbi?
Yes, there are plans on ground. The process, before we reach this level, the process is this way. Both SIPTIO and the enforcement teams from head office will conduct a sensitization exercise with our internal staff on why the need for SIPTIO and enforcement to work together, what are those electricity offenses, and what are those infractions that can be considered to be a crime, an electricity crime. This will be done, first phase. Second phase is, like I earlier said, we appreciate the effort from both the Nigerian Police Force and the Federal Ministry of Justice, is to invite justices, honorable justices from different states, from High Court, from the judiciary of those states, to come together so that we map out a plan. What we have here is the Honorable Commissioner of Justice here designated some judges to be attending to our cases in case we have any offenses that has to do with electricity theft. Those judges are assigned to attend to those cases, so for speedy dispensation of justice. So the second phase is to invite, to liaise with the respective state judiciary for the, for designation of some judges to attend to this. We call them for sensitization exercise also with them. Then the third stage is to reach where we implemented what we launched yesterday. That's the actual joint operation to start. In a nutshell, what we are trying to say is our staff internally are much conversant with the system, are much conversant with what we call electricity crime. The judges are equally that. Then there is issue of media, because when we are calling for the judges, media are equally involved. So both media, like judges and our staff, if we got across to the media, it means our customers must have heard about it, isn't it? And we equally using our own internal social media to communicate to those customers. So when we get to that level, then definitely the exercise will be launched in Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kebbi State. Very soon, we'll do that.
Thank you for your contribution, sir. That is all we have on today's interview segment of Kaduna Electric Watch. Thank you for viewing. We have come to the end of this edition of Kaduna Electric Watch. More shall come your way in our subsequent edition. Thank you for viewing.